My name's Lewis, and I've been working out for more than 5.5 years. But if I lost all my progress and had to start again from zero, this is the exact video that I'd send to my younger self to teach myself what I needed to do. And I've been doing this for a long time, like 5.5 years, almost 6. And I've been able to bench 315. I'm also only 19, by the way. I've been able to bench 315. I can do multiple one-arm pull-ups in a row. I can do different flips. I'm pretty strong overall. I've trained in a bunch of areas from like calisthenics to weightlifting, bodybuilding type training, powerlifting, CrossFit, parkour, running, lots of stuff. So I have a reasonable amount of experience in a bunch of different areas. And the main thing that I'd first tell my younger self or you watching this video is that there's no perfect time to start. There's always going to be some excuses of why, I need to wait till tomorrow or next week or next month. There's always going to be something that's in the way, some work that needs to be done, some issue that you haven't overcome yet. And that's always going to be there. And there's this one quote that says that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But the second best time to plant a tree is right now. So I'd say that after watching this video, do your first workout and follow this advice and take action today, or at the very most tomorrow, because there's no perfect time, so you may as well start now. And at the end of the day, most people think that they need a crazy perfect plan to start training. They need this perfect gym membership, they need this perfect plan, but it's not that complicated. And the second point that I want to get to is when I started working out, it was the beginning of COVID, and I had no equipment, no idea what I was doing. And from that point, I trained calisthenics, which was like body weight training, so no gym membership. And I did only that for the first 2 years. And that helped me a ton. So for you watching this, if you don't have access to a gym membership, that's completely fine. If you do have access to it, great, try using it, but you don't need that to start. And honestly, even just with the floor, like the ground somewhere, you can do quite a bit. But if you can get one piece of equipment, depending on where you are, I have 2 different ones to suggest, and you should get at least one of them. The first one is gymnastics rings, which are basically like this little wooden ring that has a rope type thing that attaches to wherever you hang it from. So you can put it on a tree. Some people have different hooks in their house that they can hang it on. And those are great because the main thing that's the issue with training at home is the fact that we can't train our back super well. Since on the floor we can do squats, we can do push-ups, we can do crunches, we can train quite a bit. But we don't have a great pulling motion for our back where we're actually pulling down on something. And being able to do pull-ups is awesome. So having gymnastics rings that you can pull on is perfect. And then with gymnastics rings, you can also eventually learn muscle-ups and different things, but that's way later down the road. But the issue is, if you live in a country like Canada, where I live, or anywhere else, that means that half the year you can't use them outside. And unless you have the perfect house setup where you can set rings up inside your house, it's going to be quite difficult. And that's where the second item comes in, which is a door frame pull-up bar, which for the average person, if they can only have one piece of equipment that they could buy, I would say get a door frame pull-up bar. Or even free weights. I'd say the door frame pull-up bar is even better because it's so simple. You can hook it up on any door frame and then just train your back. So that's the main thing you have to understand first. You don't need a gym membership. You can train from home just using basic equipment of the rings or the door frame pull-up bar to train your back, and then the floor is all you need for anything else. And then along with that, you don't really know how to train, or if I was talking to my younger self, he doesn't know how to start working out. So the next thing you have to do is start watching follow along YouTube videos or apps, which is so simple to do, and there's so many free options where you can just find people that post YouTube videos of follow along 10 minutes, I don't know, push workout, or 10-minute leg workout, or 6-minute ab workout, whatever it is. You can just search up the type of thing you want to train, which was a pulling motion, pushing motion, your legs, whatever. Just try to vary it apart so you train different things. Don't just train one exercise for a long time. Spread it out and separate it. And then just look up YouTube videos or find apps that help you do that. Because there's so many free ones where it's someone, a follow along workout means you're following along with someone. They do the workout and you just copy them while watching it. And then I'd say just do those for quite a while, because that's what I did for the first, 2 years at the beginning of COVID. No clue what I was doing, but I just followed along with what other people were doing in these follow along workouts. And they're so simple and so easy. And then the next question is, how often should I do those workouts? And at the end of the day, if you want to go for muscle optimization, I don't really know. Some people train once a week, some people train every single day, and it's probably a mix in the middle. But realistically, if we're trying to form a habit, which is what you're doing if you haven't started working out before, the best way to do that is by doing something every single day. So I would say don't worry about trying to do it 3 times a week, perfect, optimized, whatever, optimized, I don't even know if that's a word. But instead of trying to do that, try doing a bare minimum workout every single day. So that could mean that you just find one of these follow along workouts on your phone or on YouTube, and you just do one of them, at least one, every single day. And that could even just be 5 minutes, or that could be over an hour. Depends how you're feeling that day. But just make it a rhythm of like bare minimum, I'm doing my workout every single day. Ideally pick a time when you do it so you're consistent with that and it's even easier. You don't need to, I didn't. But just make it a habit for the first while, because right now you're not in the headspace of someone that is an athlete, someone that does work out. So you need to actually get in a space where that's part of your routine, part of your identity, and that just flows out of you of like, oh yeah, I'm just doing my daily workout, that's how it is. And that will teach you so much more about working out and consistency and discipline, and you can apply that to so many other areas of your life. Like when you get more disciplined with working out, that helps you with anything else, business, schoolwork, relationships even, just more character, more confidence in yourself, all this stuff. So I would highly suggest training every single day to start off using those simple apps, even if it's just 5 minutes. But just make it a rhythm, and then if you're feeling good one day, do more and go along with that. And then after that, you need to understand that you shouldn't try overcomplicating the process, because often people try to go crazy and have this perfect plan. They're like, I'm gonna do 2 hours every single day and overdo it. Or I'm gonna completely change my meal plan, or go on a crazy cut, which means losing weight and like eating less food, or a crazy bulk, which means gaining weight and eating more food. But at the end of the day, if you're just starting out, don't overcomplicate that stuff. When I started working out, I was like a twig. I was super skinny, and I saw all these influencers online saying to cut, and that was not the move for me. I should have done the exact opposite, or bare minimum continued what I was doing. So don't get super caught up on the diet right now. If you know that like you're way bigger than you should be, or you're way skinnier than you should be, then try going in the right direction. But at first, don't overcomplicate it, because if you try doing some crazy new diet, it's way more likely you're gonna fail. So just keep it simple. Try to eat a little bit more protein, eat a little bit less processed food of like stuff that was made in a factory, and more stuff that has been grown out of the ground, found on a tree, or had parents. That's a pretty good way to go about it. Natural stuff that people would have eaten 200 years ago. And you don't need to follow that perfectly, but just try to do a little bit more of that, and then do the daily workouts, and then also kind of surround yourself with more fitness content and more friends that actually talk about this kind of thing. Because if you can have people around you to work out with and people around you to talk about this kind of stuff with, it will help you so much more. Like training alone is okay, but having a partner to train with you is so much better. So if you have access to that, or like can find someone like that, it'll help you a ton. And if you can just like surround yourself and actually like get invested and interested in fitness in whatever area that is, you can slowly like watch different influencers, figure out different styles of training, try different things out, and you may find that you really like calisthenics, or really like CrossFit, or really like parkour, or whatever else. Like all of it's quite fun, and they all kind of interlink in different ways. Because then suddenly if you realize you like gymnastics, through different videos you can learn to slowly prioritize those exercises in your training program and follow more of those follow-along workouts. And it will just lead you to a better place. And then just do like the bare minimum of like try to sleep a little bit more, like minimum 8 hours a day, ideally. Or just do basic things like that to try to improve your health. But for the most part, don't overcomplicate it. Like you can work out from home, just get one of those 2 basic pieces of equipment, follow it consistently, start now or tomorrow. Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. So that's my advice for you, or for my younger self if I was losing all my progress and had to restart. So if you want to help me out, subscribe to this channel and you can learn more about Christian self-improvement, where I can teach you about different things like fitness or mental health, or how to overcome different things. And yeah, that'd be appreciated. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you one of these next few days.